Are you the one I've been waiting for?
Nope.
I am so excited to be back in this game. You guys have no idea. Guys, welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved, and welcome to a brand new playthrough of ARK Survival Evolved. And I know, guys, we play this game a ton on the channel. This is actually my 14th playthrough of this game, but you guys gotta know, this game holds a special place in my heart. It's the reason why I started YouTube. It's the reason the channel is where it is today. So, with ASA coming out in the next few months, I feel we need to give this game a proper send-off, and that's what this series is all about. This series, we're going to do something that I've never done before, and that is complete the game. Yes, I want to defeat all the story maps, I want to defeat all the custom maps, and do everything and anything this game has to offer in between as a proper and final send-off of ARK Survival Evolved. So, for the last time, guys, let's begin. You're crying, I'm not crying. Oh man, it's kind of crazy to really, like, when you take a step back and really think about it, it's crazy that I've been doing YouTube for, what is it, three and a half years at this point, and pretty much, this is the staple. This is what I've been doing on the channel for this long, and it's crazy to really think about it and realize that a game has really affected your life, you know, it's kind of crazy. I never honestly expected, kind of looking 4, 5, 6 years ago, even before YouTube, that I would be making YouTube videos. That wasn't really, you know, it was a thing, of course, but at the same time, never really expected myself to do it, and yet, here we are. It's a crazy and wild journey, and this game holds so many memories for me, honestly. Some good, some stressful, you guys know, with the 100 days. But this game, so many memories in this game, so many things. Changed my life completely, you know, and it's crazy. I'm actually getting teary-eyed talking about this. It's nuts. And I know you guys have a lot of good memories in this game. I know this game has impacted you guys too, and I want to know about it. We're going to be talking about memories in the series. I'm going to be asking questions at the beginning of each episode and everything, and, you know, we're gonna have some feel kind of moments, you know? But we're going to sit back, relax, we're going to enjoy one final ride here on ARK Survival Evolved. So today's question is, what is your most memorable moment here on ARK? Was it spawning into this map, getting that light just in your eyes, because I don't think light shafts and light bloom was able to be turned off at that point, and looking around this place and going, oh my god, what the hell did I get myself into? Was it your first raptor encounter? Was it your first tame? Was it you going over a hill and seeing the Rex for the first time, and then realizing it's running towards you? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. But we're going to take a second as I'm going around grabbing, of course, the necessary and the beginning stages of the game. We all know this. It's stone, it's fiber, it's thatch, it's wood. One thing I do want to mention, though, I love we're a couple minutes in and I'm doing all this feel-good kind of stuff with the game. We're kind of building this game up, of course, and I'm already going to knock it down a peg. I have never been a fan of the idea that you need to punch trees. I don't know what it is. That is not realistic to me. I'm not a nature guy. I don't go camping and stuff. I can guarantee nobody in the comments will tell me that in order to build a campfire, they're going out and punching a tree. But anyways, with ASA, I really hope they kind of do what Ragnarok and Fjordur, maybe the other custom maps have done this too, where along the beaches, you'll kind of see thatch and you'll see sticks. And they kind of done that here, you know, this is kind of what you see on Ragnarok, but you're able to pick this up. And this actually gives you a couple pieces of thatch and a couple pieces of wood. I don't know, this just seems a little bit more realistic. But at the same time, you know exactly what's going to happen the first time we spawn into ASA. And that is, there's going to be a million trees right in front of you. And your first instinct is going to go and see what happens, of course. So, you know, it's one of those things, of course, I've been able to live with, but at the same time, it'd be nice to see a little bit of realism here. But let's talk about the series a little bit. So, first things first, if you guys do want to see all of my settings for this series specifically, let me know in the comments down below. Of course, I'll do a separate video on it. I am going to go over a couple settings kind of here and there right now, but First things first is XP. So XP, if you guys have followed the channel for a while, you guys know that I like to kind of do a staggered XP, right? I love the early game. I love just the stress, the uncertainty of the early game where it's pretty much you're always looking over your shoulder. You know, I love that aspect. I love the fact that you're always under threat. So XP right now is at 0.25 XP, and that will be up to level 25. Once we hit level 25, we're going to switch over to 0.5 XP, and that is going to bring us all the way up to level 50. Once we hit level 50, 0.75 XP up to level 75, and then finally, once we hit level 75, it'll be 1.0 pretty much for the rest of the series. Now, obviously, once we start completing the maps and getting our character over 115 and then over 130 and over this and that and whatever, there might be an adjustment eventually, because 1.0 is going to end up being very, very slow. So down the road, there may be a little bit of adjustments. We'll kind of figure that out when we get there. But all right, let's make a stone hatchet. Another thing I do want to mention has, well, I mean, of course, it has to do with the settings. You'll see some dinos here that are really, really colored, and that is because I've added the PAX event on here. Now, the PAX event was an event that they kind of had in 2022 and pretty much just brought a crazy amount of colors to the game, essentially. I've added that because I think it's cool seeing these crazy color dinos and stuff like that. I don't know. It's our one final ride in this game. Let's have a little bit of fun with it, shall we? So let's go ahead. Let's make a couple spears. We can make 7 spears right now. You guys did see, actually, just kidding. We're going to do it right now. We're going to drop all these skins. I don't need any of this stuff right now. Once we transfer maps and stuff like that, which we'll kind of talk about the way the series is going to go here in a second, but once we transfer maps, we'll get all this stuff back, so I'm not too worried in dropping the stuff right now. I will hold on to the Narcos. I will hold on to the Tintos. I'm not going to hold on to you. I'll hold on to... Yeah, we'll drop you. We'll drop you. And I think we're good. All right, we got another level. Let's put that into weight. Again, if you guys have followed the channel, you guys know I start out with weight, get that to a decent amount. Usually I try to go to about 200, 250 to start with. Then we'll put a little bit into movement speed. Everybody kind of has their own build with a character, right? And of course we have access to Mind Wipe Tonic, so we can of course do that at a later point. But yeah, so the way that I want to do this series is going to be a little bit different, you know. Obviously with ASA coming out, and first of all, when ASA does arrive in the next month or two, I'm not ending this series then. I'm actually going to have this series go alongside ASA, and that's the whole reason why the format of the series is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to give myself access to all the maps. I'm going to allow myself to kind of free roam around whatever map that I want to at that time, and that is because that obviously when ASA comes out, we're kind of limited to the island specifically, because that's the only map that's going to be available to us. So in order to not have these series kind of just, you know, repeat itself, for lack of a better term, we're going to do that. We're basically just going to jump around the maps and everything right now. So, for example, looking way into the future, the first... Aw, he's gonna get that dodo. No. Ah! You know what? Screw it. We're gonna save the dodo so we can kill it ourselves. Come on. I totally missed. Sounds about right. Oh my god, really? There we go. Alright, now we'll kill you. Perfect, there we go. I gotta say, using the spear is so satisfying. I love getting headshots with this thing. But we'll get you. We'll get a little bit of raw meat here, and then we will get you. Get a little bit of raw meat here, and we will pick up our stuff. And now we can barely move. Okay. But yeah, so with this playthrough, we're going to kind of jump all around. Honestly, obviously, looking way down the road, first boss I want to do is actually the Manticore, because in my opinion, the Scorched Earth Caves and the boss fight being the Manticore is, in my opinion, by far the easiest boss to do. So that'll be our first kind of introduction to tech and everything like that. At that point, we may come back to the island and everything. We're going to jump from map to map. I'm not going to really restrict myself or anything, since ASA, we are going to be a bit restricted. So, we'll see what happens, basically. I love the colors. Oh my god, I love just seeing all the crazy color dinos. By the way, guys, if you don't know, first of all, if you've never seen my channel before, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you being here, but I do play on the Xbox Series X, so if you guys are curious how my graphics and everything look the way that they do, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I did a video a little while ago going over that, along with, I'm going to put it in the right-hand corner if I remember to do so during editing. So let's see if we can get you. All right, so you're a high-level one. That might have been a bad idea, because maybe I would have tamed you. Oh, you're going to be a high-level one. 2 headshots of 186. No. I was going to say, no, you come back. No, 75. Okay, not bad. All right, cool. Let's get a little bit of hide. Let's get a little bit of raw meat. Now, I know, of course, for raw meat, if I really want to, I could use the pick. I'm focusing on the hide specifically, and that is because now we're going to unlock all the cloth stuff, and we're going to actually go ahead and make all that. Look at that perfect timing, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Let's get a little bit of armor going here, along with, we'll kind of start crafting some campfires. We'll kind of place them around this area, basically, so they can start cooking up some meat, and we'll do a little more exploring. But we're going to take this series slow, guys. I'm enjoying the one final ride in ARK Survival Evolved, and hopefully you guys are too. I know a lot of you guys like a little bit more of longer form content, a little bit of a slower gameplay style, so that's what we're going to do with this one, basically. So let's see. Oh my god, we got 2 Spinos over here. Oh, crap. Is that a Baryonyx too? Oh my god, okay. We're not going to be here too long. Traditionally, I do walk all the way down. We're not doing that today. No friggin' way. What level are you? 15, and you're mate boosted. Good. Okay. Headshot. Headshot. Thank you. Oh, man. Yeah, I would love to travel down a little bit further, but that's just not going to happen. No, not with those Spinos there. All right. Encumbered yet again. Do we have enough to make another? We do. Okay, good. Let's see. I do love throwing the spear. I find this highly satisfying to get a headshot with it. There we go. Oh, well, it wasn't a headshot, but I do wish with ASA, and maybe this is the thing that's going to happen. I don't know if people have requested this or anything, but I feel like it should be requested. The one reason why I don't like using the pike is because you can't throw it. I want a better metal spear. Say that 5 times fast. A better metal spear that I can throw. That's what I want. That's really what I want. I would totally use spears for most of the game if we can have one that we could throw that's like just a higher tier, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see if they bring anything new to the game. But let's see. Okay, a little bit more wood. I just want to always have 10 spears on me ready to go. We can make 2 campfires. Perfect. Let's do that. And let's actually put on our clothes because we forgot to do that. There we go. Give us a little bit of armor. And we're going to slowly move. Is that a third? No way. 1, 2. Oh, no, that's the second one from... Oh, wow. Okay, wait. You moved really far, didn't you? Weren't you, like, down there before? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to go this way. Oh, man. It's crazy. Even though it's funny with the island that you can spawn in an early game spot, you can spawn in a recommended spot, which is traditionally an easier location to deal with, and you have 2 Spinos right there. Oh, man. I mean, and the Baryonyx, too. There is a very good chance that inside our little cove over here, there is a chance that there's going to be another Spino, which is going to be really, really interesting. We're going to have to do a little bit of a reduced exploring mission if that is the case. We're going to go ahead and kill this dodo up here. Get as much meat as possible. Get that XP. This is probably going to get us another level. If it doesn't, it'll get us really close. The only exception is if this is a 145 or 150 female. It's a level 10. Okay. Let's chop. There we go. Such a satisfying feeling. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's a bit of a concern for my own character. Let's put it that way. But we're going to head to pretty much our spawn spot. That's where I'm going to put down my campfire because we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be exploring this little cove in here. It kind of loops all the way around anyways, so it won't be too bad of a trip back in order for us to get a little bit of meat from the campfire and stuff like that. So let's take a look around. Okay. I don't know what it is, especially on the island here, in this spot specifically. I always have a thought in the back of my mind that there's always a Pegomastax here, so it kind of, my mind plays tricks on me, and all of a sudden, sometimes I hear that, like, screech sound, and we all know that screech sound. That is just, it doesn't matter. There could be a Rex in front of you, you hear that screech, you're like, what the hell's that? So, I don't know, but I think I'm just going to put the campfires over here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's drop these guys down. 1 and 2. And we'll throw the crazy amount of wood that we have in here. Okay. Now, we could use thatch, of course. I'm not going to do so. That's fine. We'll just kind of split these stacks. We'll just get a little bit more wood before we kind of continue here. Also make... No, we got 10 spears. We're good. We'll probably repair everything. I'd like to have everything completely capped at all times. All right, let's go down here. Repair, and then we'll throw the wood in there, and then we'll kind of explore a bit. Ooh, a trilobite. Cool, we actually have 2 trilobites here. Awesome. Give me 1 second. Gonna put you guys on a quick little break. My girlfriend is calling me, so... And we are back. Okay, let's go ahead, let's light these campfires, and let's kill these guys, because... Why not? I mean, pretty much. I want to get a little bit of XP. Plus, these guys will definitely give us a level here. We're pretty close to the next one anyways, but... Yeah, want to get a little XP. These guys also can give Black Pearl, which is kind of cool. They obviously also give Chitin, which gives me the idea that maybe we could head over and get ourselves a Cinomacrops sometime soon. That would be kind of cool to have. And, of course, our Spear Perks. Okay, but we did get a level. We got plenty of Chitin, and, of course, no Black Pearl. But that's okay. I think there was a second one over here, unless it went in the water. No. Is that you? Nope, that's a shell. There was a second one. Alright, maybe we'll see it eventually. That's fine. But let's put that next point into weight yet again. We are level 5. We have a total of 8 points to work with. We're not going to do anything just yet. Let's make another spear if we can. No, we cannot, which means we're going to need a little bit of wood. Like I said, I like to keep that thing capped off. I don't know, it's a habit thing. Let's... go ahead, make another spear, and let's do a little bit of traveling here. So that's going to be making some food for us, so we'll come back to this at a little time here. But we're going to check out this cove area and see what's down here, because you can get some interesting tames down here. Obviously, like I mentioned before, you can find Spinos in this little cove. You can also find Baryonyx, which of course is going to be another bad creature to find. But there is a very rare chance that you can find an otter in these waters. And if we can... we all know that's our first tame, let's be honest. So we'll see what happens. It's extremely rare. I want to say I've only had this experience of seeing an otter here maybe twice, maybe 3 times in all of my playthroughs with ARK and everything. So it is pretty rare. But we'll see what happens. We do have a Hesperornis over here, so always got to be on the lookout for what, those golden eggs or whatever. Something that I've never actually come across. So... we'll see if that becomes the thing for us. But anyways, there is a... there you are. I was going to say, there is a Dillo over here. It's crazy how good... oh my god, words right now. I assumed it was going to keep walking, so I kind of led the shot. And, well, there we go. Another miss. Let's not keep a percentage of accuracy of my throws, please. Because it's not going to be good. But anyways, okay, so we do have a Hesperornis. I do see a Lystro. See a Carbo. We could actually take out the Carbo. They're actually not that bad to deal with because they're so slow. I don't know if I really want to do that right now, though, because we are getting close to being encumbered again. That's going to be my biggest issue. You guys know encumbrance for me is the toughest thing to deal with, which is, of course, why I always go up in weight to start with, because I'm a loot goblin. I like to grab everything, so we'll see what happens. Where are the Spinos? Okay, so the Spinos aren't in render right now, so we could use this to our advantage, unless there's like a 3rd or 4th Spino down here. Then we're kind of screwed. No, I don't actually even see anything down here, so I don't even think it's worth it. Yeah, all right, turn back. All right, let's keep checking out the cove then. Looks like we had a couple of Lystros here, so we'll go ahead, we'll kill those. That's what it's going to be. Pretty much right now, we are going to focus on just going on a bit of a killing spree. We're slowly working ourselves over to the obelisk, basically, and of course, that's going to be Red Obelisk. We'll definitely be there by the end of this episode. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to... Ooh, Parasaur. I don't necessarily want to get any tames on the island because I don't know how long we're going to be here for. Like I mentioned, we are going to be heading to the obelisk today, so probably by episode 2 we'll be on a different map, temporarily of course, but not going to be on the island too long. I do want to start focusing on Scorched Earth since that is our first boss that we are going to fight, being the Manticore, so we'll see. You're level 20? Yeah, let's kill you. Sorry, Lystro. Let's make sure we get that headshot. Perfect. There was a second one over here. Alright, where's number 2? There's number 2. Alright. What are you? Level 50. Alright, I won't be able to kill you with one shot. I will be able to kill you with one shot. Okay. Alright, do we have enough? We do. Okay, we can make it out of the spare. Perfect. What the hell was that sound? Oh, the Hesperornis, that's right. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard it, but you guys probably do, honestly, because I don't wear headphones or anything like that, so usually you guys will hear stuff that I don't. Personal preference when it comes to not wearing the headphones and everything. Honestly, I do get headaches and stuff from actually wearing the headphones. It's a little too immersive sound-wise, so I got some external speakers that I use. So I do hear a little bit of the game, but I do have to turn down the volume a lot because this game is so loud. You guys know that main menu screen music. We all know it. It's extremely loud, so certain settings are turned down and everything. And going over graphic settings and stuff like that, I think I mentioned it before. Yep, leave a link to it in the description. So if you guys want to see kind of all my settings here, since I do play on Xbox, if you guys want to see full settings for this series, like XP, are we playing PvE, PvP, you know, all those kind of settings, breeding settings, what have you, let me know down below. I'll do a separate video on it. I don't want to take too much time in this episode. Of course, during the series, when it comes up, we'll go over specific things, but I don't want to take a couple minutes in this episode to, you know, I think you guys understand. But harvesting and stuff is 1 times, you know, which is, I wanted to do official for this one because I do feel like when you bump your harvesting up to 2 or 3, it kind of makes the, of course you do get better yield, of course, from using a metal tools as opposed to stone and everything, but I feel like it's not as of a significant moment, you know what I mean? Like, you really have to struggle when picking fiber and stuff like that from the bushes, but then once you get that sickle, I mean, those rates look so much better, and it's such a satisfying feeling, you know? So, plus, too, it also makes it where dinos are a must, especially the, you know, resource gathering dinos, specifically Ankies for metal, Doedicruses for stone, what have you. It really makes them that much more significant, in my opinion. So 1.0 harvesting, and to be honest, it's not too bad for a single player, honestly. But of course, when you're building bigger bases and stuff, yeah, that's probably why we wouldn't do a bigger base or anything at this point in the series until we have those resource dinos. But at the same time, was going to lead the shot again. There's another one right here. Okay, where did you come from? Oh, there you are. What level are you? 15. Goodbye, 15. But yeah, another reason why I do want to jump from map to map in this series is because we all know the story maps, but the island in general is notorious for having horrible levels. It is extremely, extremely rare to find yourself some high-level dinos here on the island. So it's going to be interesting when ASA comes out, kind of how that's going to work. But, of course, we'll see what happens with the... Oh, God. No. It's a flock of seagulls. Can't play the music, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Hum away. Oh, man. All right, we'll get up here. I've never... Oh, my God. In all my years, I've never known that you can climb this. My God. Oh, man, this would have been cool for a little base. Like a little nook. Anyways. Oh, my God. We never went back for the food. Shit. All right, let's go back.
Well, we're waiting.
All right, little snack on the way. Let's not worry about what this is on the ground. All right, let's pick all this stuff up. We're also going to break these campfires, too. I don't know if we're going to be coming back to the area, so might as well take everything now with us. Demolish you and pick that up. Perfect. And we're encumbered. Wonderful. We have a total of 8 points to work with. I can make another campfire. Let's see what I need to make a second one. Hopefully that's just going to lighten the load a little bit. We are going to need 16 stone. I don't like hitting the river rocks, but at the same time, it's fine. We're not going to be here too long. And this stuff will respawn anyways, because we are going to be leaving the area. All right, let's get 16 stone if we can. Oh my god, 3. Okay, that should be enough. There we go, 16. All right, number 2 there. And then I think we're just going to unlock... No, we're not going to unlock anything. No, we're just going to slowly walk through. Let's see. Is there anything we don't necessarily need right now? We don't actually need the meat. We have 46 cooked meat. Oh, you know what? Let's do this then. Wait a second. Eat all the Amara berries. Just so we can get that food back up. Come on. Nope, not going to place the campfire. Let's eat all the azul berries. Oh, God. I know it wasn't coming for us, but you hear that sound. That is also like the Pegomastix scream. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. When those things attack, oh my god, those are early game boss fights. So we're just going to kind of work around them, basically. But funny enough, before, in the comments, one thing I did want to do. There we go. One thing I did ask you guys was, what was your most memorable moment here on ARK, right? And funny enough, I actually never went over mine. So, my first memorable moment here in ARK is actually, well, it kind of goes both ways. The first one is not a good moment, let's be honest, and I'll talk about that. So, my first time spawning in ARK was actually on official PvE. And I just downloaded the game. The game was on Xbox Game Pass. It was one of the first times on Xbox Game Pass. I think it was pretty much right after... I believe it was right after Valguero came out, if I'm not mistaken. And it was on Game Pass. At that time, I was watching a couple YouTube videos on ARK and everything. And this was, I believe it was, I know it was Flinger Foo's videos. I'm just trying to remember timeline-wise. Was I watching the videos yet, or did I jump on a... I think it's the other way around. I jumped on Officials, didn't like it at all, and I'll explain why in a bit. So then I started watching Flinger's videos, and got the whole single experience vibe, and yeah, that is the reason why I even started the channel, was actually watching Flinger Foo's videos. I believe it was soloing the ARK Season 4? Maybe Season 3, though, if I'm not mistaken. Not entirely sure. It's the one where he, at the beginning of the series, I think it's Episode 1 or Episode 2, ends up making a base right up there, and I actually really do like that spot, too, and that's actually because of, you know, those first YouTube videos, watching him making the base there. So that's a bit of a nostalgia thing. But my first time logging into ARK was, of course, on official PvE, some North American server, because, of course, that's where I'm from. And I got greeted to just... It's got to be metal walls, let's put it that way. But metal doorways just everywhere. And literally, I remember spawning... I remember not spawning here. I remember spawning at South Zone 2, I believe, which is over on that side. It's that little river that runs through down that way, and you get alligator, like, you get Sarcos there, alligators. You get Sarcos there, you get Dillos, you get all this kind of stuff, and I remember spawning in and just being around all these walls and stuff like that. I remember then spawning into West Zone 1, somewhere over there. All the trees were knocked down. It's just literally, literally just doors everywhere, so you can't get out, and horrible experience. Horrible experience. I had to jump 3 or 4 different servers to finally get to a point where I did spawn at South Zone 2 and ended up not having any... I had no restrictions, let's put it that way. And I ended up going in that area, going up the hill. It's a little tough because we're not over there to kind of explain this, but long story short, ended up in the woodsy area and everything. And I know I could kill those along the... Oh, you know what? We're about to get a level. I don't want to carry anything else, but at the same time, I just want to get the level. There we go. But yeah, long story short, I remember that first night making a base up there and everything. And I mean, my base was magnificent. It was like 1 foundation. like I was scrambling to get resources because half of the island was literally just demolished, like no trees, no nothing, and just from obviously mega tribes and everything like that, just taking over massive areas. But I remember struggling to find a spot because I was always in range of somebody else's base, and I finally found this little nook, and eventually, of course, when we come back to the island, I'll show it off and everything, and I made this small little base there, and the problem was that because of the area it was in, it was so hot, I remember, and it hit nighttime. I didn't have a torch. Finally made a torch. I'm looking around, and all of a sudden, I see a dillo. First time seeing a dillo, and I'm like, the fuck is that? You know, and just ran back to the base and closed the door and everything. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it actually followed me all the way back to the base, and it was a bit of a nightmarish first night. I'm not gonna lie. No, you know, I barely had enough resources. I don't think I even had a spear at that point. I think I attacked it with a torch. And it was just... After an hour of playing it, I'm like, no, I'm done with this. This is horrible. So that's when I got onto YouTube. I started watching some single-player videos. And yeah, I started watching Flinger's videos, and that was soloing the ARK either... I believe it was Season 4, if I'm not mistaken. And I liked his vibe. I liked the way that, you know, he does his playthroughs. He's very informative. It's very, you know, it's a fun experience, right? And I was like, okay, you know, I can do this, you know? I feel like my personality is very similar to a Flinger-esque personality, right? Even though a lot of you guys say I sound like Syntax, so maybe I'm the best of both worlds, you know? Maybe I should be the ultimate YouTuber. I'm just kidding, guys. Funny enough, though, I feel like I'm the only one left when it comes to console. Oh my god, we got a Baryonyx over here. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you are console players, if you guys watch console YouTubers, let me know who else is out there, because I'm going to be honest, I've been searching forever for other console content creators. No, don't tell me Glock, don't tell me Neebs Gaming, because Neebs uses a Xbox controller, don't tell me Ross Clark, because he used to be, you know what I mean? I need a console player specifically. I would love to do a collab with somebody. And of course, with ASA coming out, I guess that does open the door for PC players and stuff like that. But, you know, it's a different struggle. Maybe Ross Clark wouldn't be too bad, because he does know the struggle and everything of playing ARK on console. I believe he was PlayStation. But, anywho, let me know. I'd be really interested to check other people's channels out. I would love to do some collabs in the future and everything. And, yeah, I mean, you know, find somebody that likes this game like I do. But anyways, we're slowly making our way over to the obelisk here. I think at this point... Oh, no. Okay, well, there goes that. I was like, we're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to start killing these dodos, and sure enough... Nope. Okay, anyways, let's kind of continue the little thing here, but... Yeah, like I said, I love the island, guys. I really do. But at the same time, we're just going to be leaving this map just for an episode or two. We'll make our way back, but... We're not really going to cement this place as our main hub, if you will. At least right now we won't, because there are other priorities. But you guys know, I already have in my mind exactly what I'm going for as my first tame. And if you guys have watched this series, well, if you guys have watched my channel, rather, for a while, I think you guys can get an idea of what I'm going for, too, because I'm going to be honest, I feel like every friggin' series, this is the exact way I start out. So sorry for repetitiveness, but there is a particular dino that you can potentially get very early in the game. That is one of my favorite dinos, honestly, one of my favorites. And there is a particular variant of it that you think is going to be a hint, but it's actually going to throw you guys for a loop, if you guys know what I'm talking about, actually. That, long story short, I want. and we'll see if we can actually find it. But it's not going to be on the island. That's all I'm going to say. So, well, I mean, I guess it could be on the island, but I'm not going to take the time to look here. I know exactly where to go for that kind of creature. So, yeah, just want to look around this area because you can get Sarcos all the time here, and this would be a horrible place to die because we are pretty damn close to the obelisk. But let's see what we're looking at up here. Got to keep a track of time, too, and everything, because I put out a ton of polls for you guys. By the way, if you are one of the people that responded in the polls, seriously, thank you so much. It's not, I don't just do that for my health. It's more for, I want to know what you guys want to see, you know? Obviously, long-form content is what you're looking for, a 45-minute plus video, so I think how I'm going to do it is, personally, on the back end, I'm going to record for at least an hour, and then during editing and stuff, it may drop down a little bit under 45. Don't get mad in the comments if it's 44 and change, you know, but I'm going to do my best to make it a longer form content. It's not going to be that 25, 30-minute video, you know, that kind of thing. So, anywho, I actually thought this was going to be a lot harder of a trip, which is why kind of planning out the episodes, I was kind of like, all right, just getting to the obelisk is going to be an episode, you know what I mean? But we're making good time, so I don't know. We'll have to see, but oh, man. Back in ARK. Love it. No, I really do. Oh, my God. I love this game. You guys know. You guys love this game, because you're watching me do this for a 14th friggin' time. It was kind of funny, too, because I actually counted how many playthroughs I've done, and sure enough, it's not a random number that I'm picking. I have done 13 previous playthroughs of ARK Survival Evolved, and the crazy thing is, I've only kind of completed one of them. And I say kinda, and that's because we defeated the island, we defeated Scorched Earth, we defeated Aberration, and we defeated Extinction, and that was it. And the reason was that obviously because of Genesis 1 and 2, with how wonky those maps have been, I have never been able to figure out a game plan. I'm going to be honest, I still don't have a game plan for those specific maps, but I think I have a bit of an idea how I want to do it, and I think it's going to lighten the load of those maps because it's so mission intensive, and to be honest, content-wise, that's not the most enjoyable, I guess I'll say, kind of content, but of course, we'll figure it out. We got a while till we get to those kind of points, of course, and of course, we got an Iguanodon, too. Really, really cool. By the way, guys, I do apologize because I know I'm rambling all over the place. If I did not mention it before, I think I did, but Crazy Colors is because I've added the PAX event. PAX event was from 2022. Long story short, it brought a ton of Crazy Colors into the game. I know I talked about this because now I'm having a bit of deja vu, but long story short, just want to have a little fun with our final time here on ARK, so why not? Let's get some colors in here. Let's get a little crazy. But one thing that I do want to actually do with our points is unlock the sleeping bag, and I'm actually going to unlock the storage box too at this point. And what I want to do is, I can make 9 of these. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to make 2. And the reason why I want to make a couple of these is because if we do come back to the island, I don't have to do this walk all the way back, right? And then what we're also going to do is, because we're transferring maps, that's why we're going to kind of leave a little setup here, basically. So we'll put one in. Where's the other one? Oh, it's not done yet. That's why. Okay, number 2 right here. Kind of make a little campfire area, I guess. Let's do... Yeah, let's put it out here. 1, 2... Throw that stuff in there. Yeah, we'll throw you in there too. All right, let's go get a little bit of wood because I do want to make a storage bin. Now, wood's going to be back over that way, but that's okay. All right, this area is relatively safe. Now, if it wasn't safe, I mean, there's been plenty of times I've come up here and seen, like, raptors and stuff. If it wasn't safe, yeah, we're not doing any of that kind of stuff. We're going to lead the raptors off and just get the heck out of here. We'll take everything with us. But, you know, for the fact that I do plan on coming back relatively soon to the island, we'll make some storage, long story short. So let's get on over here. I think I'm actually going to go to this little mini island here. I think that's just a little bit easier. We do have to cross some water, so we do have the potential of running into a meg or two, but I'm worried about potential Sarcos over here. I think we're good. You know what? I think we're good. Let's go ahead. Let's get these storage boxes made. I'm going to make 2. I don't know how much storage we actually have or actually need. But if I can make 2, perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's make a spear while we're at 2, just so we can always be capped at 10. There we go. Make that. Repair that. Close is good. Okay, let's go. Alright, storage is down, and, well, never mind. I guess we didn't need the second storage, but that's okay. We're going to also light these campfires, too. Let's split that. We'll put that in, get a little bit of meat going there, and a little bit of meat there. Maybe not. Don't need the spoiled meat, that's fine. You and light. Okay, so now we're going to use the other camp. We're going to use this one, actually, because we're going to put pretty much everything into here, because give you a hint on exactly where we're going. We're not going to need any clothes or anything on this map, and I think that gives a pretty decent giveaway of where we're heading. But, guys, yeah, we do have a little bit of time left in this episode, so of course, going to be doing our first transfer. So let's say goodbye to the island for a little bit. So, bye, island. I don't have, do I have, like, the wave thing? Wave, there we go. Bye, island. And let's head over to Genesis 2.
Alrighty then.
Alright guys,
So,
welcome to Genesis 2, and I know we are jumping completely to a different map right now. And of course, HLNA is not going to shut up, so we're going to have to deal with that. You guys know, there's one thing I'm here for, and one thing only, and that is the canoe. Yes. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to wait a second until she's done talking, and then we'll kind of continue, because I know this is probably going to get very annoying if I keep talking over her.
Virtualized representation.
Alright, so yes, guys, welcome to Genesis 2, and I know, we went from a primitive experience to pretty much just having everything. Of course, guys, just so you know, this is a skin. You cannot, it literally just has, what is it, 20 armor or whatever, so I guess it's better than the armor that we have. We do get a level right away, so we're going to put that into... We're going to put that into weight pretty much. Now, there is one thing, and one thing only I'm here for, and that is this guy, and that is the canoe, because as much as I want to see the canoe on the island, it's apparently not coming to ASA, which is absolutely nuts. I always thought this was such a primitive thing to have, a must-need for the island, and yet... I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll be a last-minute surprise for us. But in order to do that, that means we do have to do a couple missions because I do want to get all the skins and everything. I am not going to do the missions right now because as you guys see in the bottom corner, we do have double XP. I have been testing this out on 0.25 XP. If I complete all the missions that I want to do, we actually get to about level 26, which is insane. Don't worry, guys, and there's a reason for that. There's about 5 missions that I want to do. No, you are not going to see all of it. I'll do a little montage, if you will, of those missions, because they are all the canoe missions specifically. The only one I cannot finish, and I don't know how we're going to pull it off, is the Alpha Downriver Run. It's the single one. It's not the team one. The team one's easy. The individual single one is impossible. I don't know how people have done it. I know a lot of people have done it. I just can't seem to get it done. So that's going to be our biggest struggle. But we are going to get some loot from that, which is really nice. And plus, we have about 496 seconds to potentially get... Drum roll, please. That's just in case I cannot find a good drum roll to use. So, we're going to do a loot run, obviously. Of course, we all know Genesis 2 has some incredible loot. Yeah, it's a little cheesy at the beginning of the game, but we can get some really good stuff. Now, if we get tech, if we get stuff like that, I'm dropping it. We're not going to use it, because 99% of the time, we're going to need a tech rem to use it, so it doesn't make sense to hold on to it. But we could get some pretty good saddles. We could get some pretty good armor and stuff like that. That's just going to be a nice little stepping stone for the beginning of this journey, basically. And it kind of gives us an idea, too, of what's going on in the space biome. So, if you guys don't know, again, if you're new to these maps and everything like that, if you're new to ARK, especially with the announcement of ASA and all the hype that it's built around, or the, negativity around it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, I guess. All news is good news, I guess, right? Or all news is beneficial, I guess, for a company. But, okay, so we got purple drops. So, how Genesis 2 works is the space crates or the drops that we see here determine kind of what's going on in the middle buffered zone, which is the space zone. If it's, I don't know, I have a list somewhere. If I have the list and I can remember during editing, I'll put it up on the screen. But each color determines kind of what's going on in there, whether you can get black pearl, whether you can get element, whether you can get ambergris, whether if you can get, you know, a whole bunch of things, basically. So, can't remember what purple is specifically. What's kind of cool about Genesis 2 is, based on the color of the drop too, you can only get specific items, which is really cool. Like, for example, I believe it's the blue drops, not the... Maybe it's the cyan drops, the ones that are for element dust. That's one of the places I believe you can get... What is it specifically? What kind of... I think it's desert cloth, if I'm not mistaken. I could be 100% wrong, guys. No, I wanted to... Okay, there we go. Let's drop all that stuff. I don't need that. But it is kind of cool. And in order to kind of see what loot you can get from each of these, head over to the ARK Wiki GG page, not the ARK Wiki page. That's the old one. The GG specifically is what you're looking for. They'll give you a whole list of all the loot crate drops and everything like that. So it's kind of cool where one drop, let's just say yellow or whatever, for example, or orange, might only give you chitin armor, and one drop will give you cloth armor, and one drop will give you fur, and one drop will, you know, it is kind of cool how they set it up, or at least that's kind of in my mind how they did it. And I do really like that. I like that idea of having specialized drops specifically. There's only certain drops that give you a higher chance for certain saddles, all that kind of stuff. So for right now, we're going to be pretty much flying around, just grabbing loot for the rest of the 309 seconds, and then I'm finally going to jump into some canoe racing, which we can get a couple of... Ooh, there's another drop. We can get a couple of nice drops from that too. Usually the loot from the races isn't overpowered, but there is one particular thing that I seem to always get during testing, and of course, now that we're doing a proper playthrough, you know I won't get it now, but there is something that I'm looking for and I'm hoping for specifically. Alright, what do you got in here? And you got... nothing. Nothing that I want, at least. Yeah, we're not going to be picking up resources. Even I think if we get element, I'm just going to drop it. There's no point in having it. We're not able to transfer it and everything like that, which we'll talk about later in the series, because I do have a bit of a workaround that we'll, you know, discuss way down the line about that. But, yeah. Anything we get in the drops that's not really necessary, that's not going to help us now, I'm not going to hold on to it. Of course, now I'll get, like, a tech sword blueprint, and I'll be like, maybe we'll hold on to it. You know, it'll end up being something really good, and I'll be eating my words real quick here. So we'll see what happens. But 217 seconds, like I said, I'm going to keep flying around. I'm going to keep grabbing some loot and everything. I don't want to do the missions yet because we are just going to get a crazy amount of levels, and I don't necessarily want that. We are going to get some levels, usually during testing with this. Once this loot thing runs out and I do all the missions, I usually get to about level 20, somewhere around there. That's kind of where I would like to end off today's episode, but we'll figure that out. Let me do a quick little loot run here. We'll see if anything else is available, and then we'll jump into the canoe races. Alright, so with that drop, I'm probably going to be eating my words. No, that takes a lot of resources. If it was decent resources, I would keep it. That's a bit much. 1951 in metal. It is a Parasaur platform saddle, which personally, I would love to do that. I know I've wanted to do that. I've talked about it in the level 5 challenge and stuff like that, and I've never went ahead and did it. We're going to drop it for right now. We'll get another one eventually. Don't worry, guys. We'll get another one eventually. But going to look around one more time for one more drop. I know the timer's pretty much done at this point, so we can jump into the missions, but that was literally the only drop. I'm like itching at the screen, like, give me a damn drop. So, going to take one more quick look around before we do head over to the terminal. Ah, we got another drop there. Okay, so this one will be for good luck. Let's see if we get anything good out of this one. And then we'll head straight over to the terminal. We'll start doing some of these canoe missions and everything. And of course, like I said, guys, that's going to be a bit of a montage because if I showed off the entire missions of each of the canoe missions, that's about 45 minutes there, and I really don't want to make that a second episode. So we're going to do something like, we're going to kind of make it a montage. We'll make it a little bit fun. It'll be a couple minutes, but you guys will get to see all of that. But again, it's all repetitive. It's the same exact thing. It's doing the team racing mission in Gamma, team racing in Beta, team racing, the canoe mission in Alpha, and then doing the single mission, which is Downriver Run Gamma, and then Downriver Run Beta. Not going to do Alpha because I just physically can't do it. It's too quick. It wants you to do it in 5 friggin' minutes, and I don't know how it's possible. I've watched so many videos about it, and I still have not been able to figure out, no. Heavy turret? No. Not at that point either. Okay, so we literally got jacked by this. Okay, it's so funny because, of course, kind of in the background before the series started a couple weeks ago, I've been doing kind of testing and stuff to kind of figure out, all right, based on the length of the episode, stuff like that. So I've already have a plan for the next 2 to 3 episodes. After that, no idea yet, but we'll figure it out. But when I was doing testing and trying to figure out, okay, well, over here, when we do the loot run, I was able to get about 6 to 10 loot drops every time. No problem. I usually got some pretty good stuff that I would kind of have to wrestle with, like the one time I got a 100 armor Thylacoleo saddle. Another time I got a Tech Rex saddle. You know, a blueprint, obviously, but got some crazy stuff. And then, of course, this run, it's like, we'll give you a silicate, and we'll give you sand, and we'll only give you like 2 damn drop. Okay, we're going for the other one. You guys know, right when I saw that purple, we're heading straight there. We'll do this one, and then we'll head to the terminal, which is, of course, what I said before. We're gonna go there, I promise. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Everything else will... Oh, the spark powder might have been nice to keep, but that's fine. We can always craft spark powder, no big deal. But hey, we got our first piece of armor. A heavy miner's helmet. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's get a little bit in the air here. There we go. And let's head straight over. So we're going to put this thing away. We're going to take this with us back to the island. But we're going to start the canoe missions. And like I said, they get very repetitive. So sit back, relax, enjoy the little montage we're going to do. Because, yeah, it's a canoe mission. I think you guys know what we're looking at here specifically. So let me get to the terminal. We'll start the first one, and we'll get into it, guys. One thing I forgot to mention, one thing I will do at the start of missions, and I'll do it once we complete the missions, is we're going to actually do a save world here. So we're going to press the left bumper, right bumper, X and Y, bring up the admin commands, and we're going to do a save world. And that is because Genesis 2 is notorious for crashing, and there's a very good chance that any loot that you do get during the mission, obviously if the game crashes, you'll lose it. But anything also inside of the ARK data, if not saved prior to, will also be gone. So want to hold on to this. It's got 222 armor. I actually didn't even look at that. I just saw Apprentice and went, oh, okay, no big deal. 222 armor, that's pretty damn good. But show mission list, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is scroll down here and do Team Downriver Run, which is going to give us access to the canoe skin. It's going to give us the retro look. It's like that metallic look. It looks really nice, but let's get started. Alright, so that is all the canoe racing missions done, of course, except for Alpha Downriver Run. I honestly don't know how we're going to do that one, but overall, we're at level 18. We ended up getting some pretty good loot from these missions and everything. Of course, we did not get the one thing that I was really looking for, but it is what it is. It's totally fine. We'll still be able to get our first tame in the next episode. But got ourselves a heavy miner's helmet, got ourselves a ramshackle crossbow. Of course, the costumes from doing the Team Downriver Run mission. We got ourselves forest coloring. We have a ramshackle woolly rhino saddle, ramshackle manta saddle, primitive doedicurus saddle, Lamantria saddle, and a chainsaw, and that was from the separate loot drops that we did, of course. And then finally an apprentice manta saddle. But characters looking at a total of level 18 at this point. Have put a couple of engrams in, including the spyglass and the canoe. I'll make sure to have the spyglass ready for the next episode. It's just a little bit easier to do it on this map as opposed to waiting to do that back at the island, but that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. Next episode, I fully intend on getting our first team. If you know what that team is, or if you have an idea, throw it in the comments down below. I'd be curious to see if you can figure it out. But that is going to wrap up the first episode of the final series here on ARK Survival Evolved, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, take a second, make sure to smash that like button. And on top of that, you guys are enjoying the new content, you guys are excited about this new series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. But that's going to wrap this one up, and I will see you guys in the next one.